What's going on, guys? I'm Mike Pouncey, former center for the Miami Dolphins. I'm here with Coach Fred and my brother Marquise Pouncey, former center for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let you guys know that Twin P is official liquor, the Common Man Podcast. Bottoms up, Twin P, best. Gotta drink some more.
What's up? What's up? What's up? We are here, Common Man Podcast, man, Driving 5, back on Wednesday, as we did an edition yesterday on Tuesday. Special guest there, Miss KB, Coach Matt Leone. Today we have a Alcorn insider. That's what we're gonna call him. Surprise guest for you guys. Dave, talk a little bit about what we got going on. But right now, you know how we do it. We have to pay the bills. And one part of paying the bills is, guys, go to IG, make sure you like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Patronize Nut Huggers, all right? IG channel, Nut Huggers Apparel. Guys, do yourself a favor. Girls, do your guys a favor. Make sure you dive into a pair of these. They also have pajamas. Ladies, you'll love those as well. Make sure you tap in with Nut Huggers, support of the show, the biggest supporter, never not working. Hey, if you're into having old fashions and you're not having a Twin P old fashioned, then you're just old fashioned. Twin P, official whiskey of the Common Man Podcast, as you just heard there. Bringing to the stage, man, my guy A3, years in the business, known this guy for a long time as well. But we're going to let him tell his quick story, and we're going to get into a little bit of this information of what he got going on now and how he's been. So without further ado, man, y'all welcome my guy, Coach Al Fosselman. Coach, what's going on, man? Coach, you got me? Coach in that office.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me well?
I got you now, Coach. What's going on, man? Welcome.
What's going on with you?
Nothing much, man. Just trying to make sure we keep this connection going for at least a good 20 minutes, man. Right. People want to know what's going on with you, whatever, as we're bringing them into the audience, man, as we kind of go through it, man. Coach, introduce yourself.
Yeah, man. I'm Coach Alvin Fosselman III, man. I'll be serving, as special teams coordinator, outside linebacker here at Alcorn State University. Coach Fred, I'm going into year 17, man. Once upon a time, I was that young guy, man, but now I'm starting to get those years under my belt. Very excited to be here at Alcorn. Very excited to work with a staff, where the expectations are high, where the expectation is about winning, man. And I'm just blessed to be in this position, Coach. Just a little bit about me. I am a Mississippi native from Wilkinson County, city of Woodville. So it feels good, after a 8-year, span I was out there in Houston. It feels real good to be back in the great state of Mississippi, man.
Coach, did I hear you say the city of Woodville?
Yeah, Coach, the city of Woodville, Coach, big city.
Coach, I love it, man. I've been knowing you for a long time. Had the pleasure of coaching your younger brother years ago, man. Back when, as you put it, I was a young coach. So been knowing you for a minute. Coach, is that me or you with the echo?
Say it again.
Can you hear that? I thought that was me or you with the echo. Okay. But on to it, man. Been knowing you for a long time, Coach. Coach your brother back in must have been his sophomore year of college at Pearl River. I can't remember what year that was. That's a long time ago. Kind of like you said, back when I was a young coach. Coach, who gave you your start in the game, man? Who gave you your start in the coaching industry?
And actually, after I finished playing my college football, didn't really know what I wanted to do, So I went back home to Woodville, man, and I was just messing around out there on the practice field a couple of days. At that time, my brother was still playing high school ball, and I just wanted to help out. Had some guys by the name of Coach Lyles, man. My long-term mentor, Coach Kenneth Brown, Coach Moore, those guys who taught me and coached me growing up in the ranks, man, they kind of just got me and just threw me in the fire and said, hey, brother, you might want to look at coaching. And once I got into it, man, I just stuck with it. It felt right, and like I said, that's been 17 years ago, man, and that's how I get into this thing.
17 years, Coach. They go by fast, don't they?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Real fast, man.
17. You're there when you finally leave the high school ranks. What's your first collegiate stop?
First collegiate stop was at Prairie View A&M. I spent 8 years there. I got my start with Coach Eric Dooley, man. Coach Eric Dooley coached me in 2007 and 2008 at Southern University. Once he took the job at Prairie View, me and him had a short convo. He wanted me on the staff and pretty much asked me, what you going to do? And I accepted the challenge, man. I picked up everything, picked up the wife, the kids, man, and we moved out to Houston.
Like the Clampets, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because you're too young to remember the Clampets, man. You're too young to remember the Clampets, man. Coach, man, how's your stay? How's the transition been since you've gotten to the reservation?
It's been good, man. The good thing about it is, I've already had a relationship with Coach Thomas. We known each other, from way back when I was coaching high school football and sending guys up here to Alcorn to play, things of that sort. So we've always crossed paths. We've always talked. Look at coaches like yourself, man, who I've known ever since, my brother was playing. You was able to coach him. Coach Taylor, the guy that's coaching our corners, man, he actually worked with me at Wilkinson County High School. I was able to bring him on. So it's like I'm moving back, back home. That's what it feels like. So it's not one of those transition things, man, where things are just all over the place and things are not going right. Man, I got family here, so it feels good, to be back home, and the transition it's been sweet thus far.
Yeah, easier transition than when you went to Houston, I'm sure, because every time I go there, man, I'm just like, I don't know how people just pick up and move here, because this traffic, man, like there's nowhere in the world everybody is at home at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There's no way. But, I guess eventually you get used to that, huh?
Yeah, man. When I first moved out there, man, it was fast, brother. Like you said, the traffic, all the people, things of that sort. But once you get into it, man, you learn, you learn the land of the lay. It slows down. You got to know what time, pick your spots to hit the road and things of that sort. Because if you get caught in that traffic, man, you get downtown and you get caught in it now. You're talking about maybe 2 hours before you get back to your house, man. So, once you get in it, man, you get used to it and you kind of know your do's and your don'ts.
Coach, I'm gonna call you on that, but I just don't see you getting used to it. But anyway, but it's the same when I go home to Tampa, man. I'm just like, golly, where did all these people come from? This didn't used to be like this when I was here. But as we transition, man, I'm not gonna keep you long because we got stuff we got to do. But just you're making that transition, man, from the big city. Even though you're from a medium-sized city, what's been the one positive, man, that you've had since you've been here, not just at the school, but just the overall move. And then what's the one negative with the overall move that you've had in these couple weeks, couple months that you've been here?
Man, just honestly, moving in itself, man, is just hard. You got to pick up, everything you own, and you got to move it, a couple states over, state over. So, man, you talking about, it took me 8 hours to get here, truckload of stuff, 2 vehicles, a U-Haul, it's hard, man. And, that by far has to be the worst part of any move, man, to to get back to the positive though, man, you know, being able to move my family back here, closer to grandparents, you know, closer just to overall family, immediate family, man. So they're able now to just, you know, go visit fam as they want to. So when we need that extra help, that extra support, now we got people around that we know and we trust, you know, with the kids and things of that sort. I would say the positive is, man, just being back home around family is always a good thing.
Right, man. That built-in babysitter, aka grandparents, man, is underestimated. It's not appreciated enough. You know what I mean? Being able to have that at your disposal, and they just as happy right now, so they ain't saying nothing to you. But we'll check in with the grandparents in a couple months and see if they still happy with the unexpected calls and drop-ins. You know what I mean?
No doubt, no doubt.
Man, what's it been like to be back, man, close to your brother? Because I know you and your brother are really close. And now there's going to be some Thursday nights that you're going to be able to slip out and actually go see him coach and do his thing. You got to be kind of excited about that, man. What's the feeling for you on that?
Oh, yeah, man. Real excited about that, man. And like you said, vice versa, you know. The first thing he said was some of these Saturdays, man, I can get down to the reservation and watch you coach, man. So I'm real excited to, you know, being able to be here and to get to some games on Thursday and not just be there at the game, but actually recruit some of his kids, some of his players, man. You know, it's just a good vibe. And, you know, when you as close as me and my brother are, man, you know, just being back around each other, you know, where we can interact and things of that sort, talk football, I can get to him, he can get to me. You know, it's just a good thing, man. Just a good feeling to have that, you know, that brotherly love, man, real close to you.
Yeah, because it was crazy. I heard you because your office is right across from mine. I heard you telling somebody that that weekend before we started, you were really excited about, you know, you were going up to meet your brother, hang out for a little while. So, you know, that was kind of cool.
Yes, sir.
To hear you say that was one of the things you were looking forward to. Coach, what is you know, you're in the special teams coordinator role. You know, sitting in there, man. What are some of the things that, you know, you bring with you to that room, man? What's some of the things the folks can actually be expecting from you in that room?
Man, a lot of excitement, Coach. You know, I don't consider myself a you know, old guy, but I got a, you know, old school feel, man. We're gonna get after some folks. You know, just point blank period. That's just the way I am. Man, and, you know, our deal is gonna be 6 seconds punish, Coach. You know, 6 seconds punish. You know, within those 4 to 6 seconds of a football play, you know, we want to strike, Coach. We want to fight. All right, we want to execute, man. We're gonna pursue that football, and that's what we're gonna be about. All right, and it's gonna start with me, Coach. That attitude, you know, that effort is gonna start with me, man. I'm very vocal out there, so you can expect excitement. You can expect big hits, man. You can expect some returns, man. You can kind of expect those things. You know, we're gonna be about what we say we're gonna be about, Coach.
Definitely, and that's been the field, man. And you know, that's one thing that I'll say. You know, in that room, you know, I think a couple of people have kind of did a double take because they weren't used to that energy. And there's no knock against anybody else, but you know, your energy is a little different. We're all different, but your energy is a little different than what they're used to. So that was actually kind of funny watching that from a distance actually happen. And you know what I'm talking about. That was kind of funny to see that happen. But, you know, back home, you actually spent some time on the reservation, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't hear the last question.
I said you actually spent some time on the reservation as a young person. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. You know, the good thing about it, man, my mom is a graduate of Alcorn State, man. So it's not like I'm brand new to what's going on around here. You know, a lot of my folks from Woodville, you know, a lot of people that I know that I'm really close to, man, you know, they was able to go to school here as well, get degrees. And then myself, you know, I've taken classes here. You know, when I first started off, you know, I was into teaching and things like that. So with certain classes and things that I had to get under my belt, you know, I was able to attend Alcorn, you know, take those classes here, man. But I'm no stranger to, you know, to Alcorn, man. I know the pride and joy, you know, that people have for the university. I just from talking to the people every day that I know personally. So the expectation for me, man, is is a little bit higher, you know, than a normal coaching job, man. You know, I have people, you know, behind my back just expecting me to get this thing right and get it rolling.
Hey, no added pressure, man. No added pressure. You know, I can share a moment with you, man. You know, like I said, I've been knowing you for a while, and you guys came here at your last job. You came here and you beat us on like a walk-off field goal.
Yeah.
And you know, we met. You know, we did our pleasantries and all that, and then you know, trying to get the kids to the locker room, and I turn around and you were one of the assistant coaches, man. Y'all are hugging. Y'all got the ones in the air. And one of the coaches from one of the younger coaches run over and hug y'all and just start yelling, "We did it! We did it!" And I just wanted to come jump, kick all three of y'all in the back. Like, man, this is game 3, man. Why y'all out here acting like y'all won the Super Bowl, man? But I was happy for you in the moment. But that young kid just took it over that. He took it over the top. I was kind of hot with you for a little while, but you know, we got past that. We got past that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We got past that. Because, man, as we get ready to wrap up this short drive for 5, man, you know, you talk about your passion, you talk about what you're bringing to the special teams room, being a Mississippi guy, and just being back here, man. Being in Texas, how did you display that Mississippi pride? Because, you know, I'm a Florida boy. I tell everybody about that, right?
Yeah.
How did you put that out there when you were there in Texas, man? What was the brand you were putting out there?
You know, it didn't matter the place where I'm at, man. I'm always gonna be, you know, true through and through. You can feel the country boy in me. You know, you can kind of like tell where I'm from after a few conversations. You know, you're okay. Yeah, he really from Mississippi, man. So, you know, just being able to also come back, you know, to my state and pull some guys, you know, along with me when I was at Prairie View, guys that came and actually did great jobs for me, man. So. You know, just to spin off that. Now I'm back in my state. You know, I don't have to bring nobody across state or anything like that. I can go in my backyard, man, and put them right here. You know, the Alcorn State, man. So that's a great thing as far as recruiting. You know, because I have friends in different places. I got teammates in different places. You know, I coached ball as a high school coach, so there's relationships there with other high school coaches, man. I played in the JUCO system. I started off at Southwest. You know, so a lot of my coaches are still coaching that's in the JUCO systems. A lot of the teammates that I had at Southwest, some of those guys are now coaching. You know, it's just the Mississippi ties, man, and now being at this great university in the state of Mississippi, you know, it's just a great thing.
That's big time, man. And we're going to wrap it up, man. If people want to find you, man, want to reach out to you, social media, via whatever it is, man, go ahead. This is your time to kind of give it to them, man. This the floor.
Yeah, man. You know, on you know, Twitter, man, or X that they call it now, it's simply just my name at Alvin Fosselman. You know, if you want to go Instagram, man, you know, I use my college football name, Big Rock 38. You know, you can find me in those 2 spots. If it's guys out there as far as recruiting and things like that, you can go on the school website. You can pull my email, get my phone number off the website as well. You know, just reach out. If you got some guys in the state that want to play here, man, or just reach out. You want some guys evaluated. Let's get these guys through so we can get that done.
Bad. Hey, Coach, you played with friends with a lot of Alcorn alum, man. I'm normally not a guy with the name dropping, but just drop some of those names, man. Some of those Alcorn greats that you're friends with, that you played high school ball with, that you know.
Oh man, the first one is Charlie Spiller. You know, Charlie Spiller, man, one of the greats to play here as a receiver. You know, was able to play with him in high school. We grew up maybe 3 houses from each other. You know, he was able to come here and do some really, really good things, man. But I can go deep, man. I can go all the way to guys like, you know, Matthew Maiden, Zalindrick Turner. I can go to guys that I sent to school, you know, as a coach like Jonathan Scott. You know, guys like that, man. I can go. I'm probably missing somebody. There's so many. You know, I remember one year, Coach, when I was in high school, I was a freshman. That senior class in particular had about 6 or 7 guys that all signed here to Alcorn State. So I don't want to really keep going, just name dropping and leaving guys out because they might get that name, man. You ain't call my name, man. But I know the one that they really remember, Charlie Spiller, man.
Big Spill, no doubt. We got to get Big Spill on the show, man. Everybody tell me about it. Him and his bro and his crew, man, they always treat me really well in the cigar game and all that. They take care of me on the road games. I can't thank those guys enough for that. And Brave Nation, man, you see we got Coach A3. I just made up that nickname and gave it to him. Coach A3 on the reservation, man. Y'all tap in. Make sure we show him some love as we are heading into wrapping up the first week of camp, man. Best of luck, Coach. Keep going. Get it right. That first game will be here before we know it. And Brave fans, man, when we got a chance to have open practice, come out, shake a hand or two, meet Coach A3 if you don't know him. The rest of the coaches, we'll have them on as we go through camp as well with the Driver 5. And we just say, appreciate you guys. Again, Coach Fosselman, appreciate you for coming on.
Appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir. See you in a few, brother.
Yes, sir. Steve.
Man, just had it there with Coach A3, Alcorn Insider. Yeah, I just made up that title for him as well. We just make up things on the spot around here. But again, thank you guys for tapping in. Another great show. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's Common Man Podcast, one word, COMMON, capital MAN Podcast, one word. Make sure you go like, subscribe, share, get everybody else to subscribe around you because as we're coming down the stretch here, we're about to ramp it up with the content, man, give you guys some behind-the-scenes look, live practice look. Coach A3 at some point is going to be mic'd up for practice, the whole nine, man. So just make sure you guys set the notifications as well so you don't miss no episode. Because, again, we came to you Tuesday. Wednesday was the normal Driver 5. Came to you Tuesday. We're going to ramp up, and we're going to try to give you a few more days here and there with some extra stuff, man. Keep you guys up with what we got going on and up with the program and the kids. So, again, when it's going 95 degrees out there and everything is going crazy around you, man, take a deep breath, relax, and remember, keep it all on the table.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Mike Pouncey, former center for the Miami Dolphins. This is my brother Marquise Pouncey, former center for the Pittsburgh Steelers. What's up, everyone? This is our new cigar line. It's called Twin P. It also matches well with our bourbon whiskey. It's called Twin P as well. So if you like to smoke cigars and like to drink whiskey, I advise you get both.